Hey, what's going on, YouTube? First off, this is my first video I've ever made. I'm 24 years old. I live in Pennsylvania. The reason that I'm starting these videos, it's going to come in episodes. I'm going to have a series of episodes about chasing success, and it may or may not work. I don't know. But from what I'm looking through, most documented success stories are told by people who already made it. And you could just go off what they told you they did. You know, I'm going to start from the very bottom. I live in a $150,000 house in my parents' house in the attic. I make $13 an hour, nothing special. But I have a desire for success, as most people do, and I count that as wealth, health, and happiness. And, like I said, most people who are telling you their stories are telling you, oh, well, I did this, I did this, I did this. And I thought, well, what if, you could literally watch someone in the same position as most people that are looking up at the top people and literally watch them go through it and see if it works. This is my first episode. And like I said, I'm in my parents' attic. I don't know if it's going to work, but if it does, then you'll have somebody, hopefully, if it works, my goal is I'll be able to help other people or teach them things while I'm learning things along the way. It's a win-win, everybody gets something out of it. And I plan to, I want to try to do an episode every 2 weeks. And I say 2 weeks because it's going to be hard to do some of the things I want to do, but I'm going to make them happen. But yeah, so I'm going to try to attempt this. I'm going to make probably a million mistakes. I'm probably going to progress slowly at first, but hopefully I read this book called The One Thing, and it explains the domino effect, which is one domino set in motion obviously creates, tons of energy, and it keeps knocking out all the other dominoes in front of it. And the domino in motion can actually knock down a domino that's 50% larger than it. So the whole idea in this book is that you create a domino effect in your life. You knock down the first domino, and it'll keep knocking down things larger than it as long as you're motivated and you got the motivation to do it. And you got the will and the want and the desire. You can't just, I don't know where people think all this shit just comes easy, because I've been thinking that, and that shit don't work. And, here I am still in my fucking parents' attic, so. And I really want to say that, again, I can't promise this will work. I'm just kind of doing it as a complete experiment, like a fucking mad scientist. I don't know if it's gonna work, so don't get led astray in the fucking deep underwood thinking that I know what I'm doing, because I really don't. But the idea is to find a path where I will know what I'm doing, and the entire time everyone can see all the mistakes I made, and everyone can, follow along with it and be like, oh, this kid ain't a scam. This kid ain't bullshitting me, because look back at his fucking first episode when he's right here on this worn out desk in my fucking attic. And how I'm going to do this and start is I want my first episode, I know a house. It's about 40 minutes away up in Warminster. Again, I live in Pennsylvania. Warminster is about 40 minutes from the town I live in, which is Quakertown. It's nothing special. There's no crazy houses or rich ass people around here, just your regular class people. I know a house about 40 minutes away that I used to for $10 an hour under the table, I used to drive around in my car. It was a 2004 Hyundai Sonata, and that thing was a piece of shit. Like, deers aimed from my fucking car, dude. I'd be driving and I'd just be like listening to music or something, and I've had deers literally run out, hit me, like I could be parked, and they'll run out and hit my car, look at me like the fuck, and they'll walk back into the friendly forest. So my car was all fucked up. I had to take it to like South Philly to some underground market shit to get it inspected, to pass inspection, because nowhere else would do it. And I know that ain't cool, because shit could go wrong with the car if it's not inspected and up to date, and I could hurt other people, and I didn't think about all that shit now. I just ended up buying a new car. I got another job. I do medical shit now. I don't make much. Like I said, like 12, 13 an hour. And I just look at little parts and make sure they're okay that go in your body. That's all I do. I sit under a fucking microscope all day, thinking about how much I dislike my job, which is a terrible mindset. I shouldn't think like that. Um, but I'm going to go to that house. It's about a $6 million house. And I found that out when I was passing around uh, landscaping flyers for this guy named Justin, who also lived up in Warminster. And I drove past this house and it said, "Do not enter." And there was cameras and shit, but it also said "for sale." So I figured, well, no one's there, no one's around. So I'm just going to drive in. The gate was open. I drove all the way up and I'm looking in the windows and it was fully furnished too. And there was no cars out front. No one was home. They had a stone jacuzzi and like one of those built-in like waterfall looking kind of shits. I'm like, damn, like what do I have to do to get this? I was so fucking jealous and envious, and no one even owned it. And I'm like, let me get back in my fucking deer magnet and drive back to my attic. Like that's what I'm thinking. I'm like, fuck that. And that's when I really started to like, there's got to be more. I know that it has to come from my mindset and self-improvement. So I've been reading so much lately, just books after books. Like I said, I'm trying to get books. I want to get like a book a week, but I'm kind of slow right now, like a book every 2 weeks. I almost finished one book just today entirely. It's a really good book. I have it over there. It's about the psychology of influencing people. And I'm only reading that to find the person I want to bring along with me to make this kind of shit work. I need someone. People look at me and they're like, okay, you're going to rob my house in 3 hours, so I'm not going to interview you. Because I'm only 5'8", but I'm kind of like bulky, and my face just has that resting fuck off face, so that don't help me. So I need to find someone else. And that's another thing. You ain't got to do everything alone. So I need to find someone else to come with me to be like, not like my puppet, nothing like that, but like the face they see. I'm going to be there too, but they'll think I'm the fucking like bodyguard while this other guy's the runner of it. But I want to be the man behind the scenes doing everything, but not behind the scenes to the point where I'm not involved. I just need a friendlier face because people judge me really fucking quickly, as you could tell. But yeah, anyway, and it was just this beautiful fucking mansion. But then I wanted to show my friend the mansion, and I drove up there, and the gate was open again. The sign was gone, but I didn't really think about the sign. I drove up and I saw that there was a bunch of cars out front. And I'm like, shit. So I like real quick turn around and pull out. It has this long winding driveway that goes all the way up to the hill, and I'll show you guys it in the episode because that's where I'm getting with this. But someone bought it because I googled it and it sold for like $6 million or some shit like that. Somewhere up there. The numbers are very close to accurate. I don't have this shit written down to give you guys 100% accurate facts, but that house was millions and millions of dollars. It was massive. So my plan is next week or the week after that, hopefully next week or this week I'm in. If I can get a hold of someone or I can find someone I think would be a good face, a friendly good face. I'm going to see if I can get set up an interview for them. I'm going to have an episode of us going there, us interviewing them, hopefully getting maybe like a tour of the house and shit. And I'm just going to record and jot down as much insight as I can from this person. I'm going to just shut the fuck up and listen to everything they have to say. I'm not going to doubt a single fucking thing they say. I'm not going to have any ego. I'm not going to have any pride. Anything they say, they're obviously doing something I don't know. A lot of shit I don't know. So I'm not going to be like, oh, well, I tried this once and I'm just going to shut the fuck up and let them talk the whole time. I'll have questions, but I'm not going to try to insert any of my own opinions or thoughts into why would I? This person is 100 times ahead of where I want to be. Not where I want to be, but where I am. So I'm definitely going to do that, and I plan to, it might not work. I might not specifically be able to get, rich, successful, healthy, powerful people. They ain't got time for this shit a lot of the times. It depends. That's why I want a friendlier face, because if they see someone like me, they might be like, this kid's a waste of time. And I need to, even if I can't be the front man to the tool, it doesn't matter. I just want the knowledge that it takes to get what these guys got, and the knowledge that it keeps the motivating, to keep the domino effect. I need to learn that, and I can't learn it from just fucking simply YouTube videos and thinking I know it all, because that shit ain't ever gonna work. So anyway, I'm gonna do that in my episode. Hopefully it'll just be me and introducing the guy or girl I bring with. I have a guy in mind, actually. And us going to this house, asking for an interview, or I'll already go and see if I can get an interview, and then I'll start the episode where we're on our way, show you the house, talk to this guy, and hopefully give you guys insight on all this shit. You know what I mean? Whatever these guys say, because there is nothing more valuable than what these motherfuckers can tell me. You know, because these motherfuckers made it. So I can't be going in there fucking narcissistic and like I know it all, because they're gonna kick me the fuck out and laugh at my face and tell me I'll never fucking accomplish shit. And I know that. That's why I'm, you know, that's why I think reading's so important. It's like I'm sitting here reading books and I'm like, what the fuck have I been doing? Like these books are literally like opening up any of our great philosophers or ancestors' minds. It's like I grab a book about Aristotle or Socrates or fucking any of them, you know, David Buss, one of the most, you know, well-known brilliant psychologists out there. And it's like I'm literally stepping into their fucking minds and learning all this shit that took them 70, 80 fucking years or even literally killed some of these people to learn. And I can go get it for fucking $30 at Barnes and Nobles. What the fuck have I been doing, dude? I've been too busy fucking, I don't even know, trying to find a fucking party to go to for too long, which I haven't done in so long, by the way. That shit, I don't know, I'm so unstimulated by it. I also noticed that the only time I buy something and don't have that feeling, like if I pick up Jordans or I pick up, what the fuck is this on my laptop? Fucking Chick-fil-A crustings. Um, the only thing I notice is if I buy Jordans or I buy, I don't know, if I have my own, right here where my desk is, this is like my own little studio. I love music. I love making music. I always am too hard on myself and I should really start releasing some shit, but I don't know. Anyway, I buy all this shit, you know, guitars and fucking clothes up, you know, and I realize that every time I buy something like that, I feel like I shouldn't have bought it. And for the first time in 24 years, when I started buying, I started collecting books. I got some sitting over here, got some back there. I got a bookshelf in the closet, the dungeon. It was the only time I fucking bought something and didn't feel like I wasted my money because it's so invaluable. Like, you can't put a fucking value on the shit I'm buying. I mean, if you go and buy fucking Twilight Saga Werewolf Dragons Volume 4, whatever the fuck these people are reading, yeah, you're gonna feel like you wasted your fucking money, I feel. Or they might be like, ah, but it's a good book. But what are you taking from it? You got another story in your head about some werewolf sex. I don't know what the fuck they talk about in these books, but it's like, you got that. It's like, I think that I feel like if I bought those books, I'd feel like shit just like I'm buying Jordans. But when I'm buying this other shit, I'm like, God, I'm excited. Look at me. If you saw me walking down the fucking street, do you think I'd be excited to read a good book? Come on. No. But it's like, that shit, I felt more excited than going to like any party I've ever been to. I felt more excited than like hanging out with, I mean, I'm in a relationship at the moment, but when I used to like hang out with girls or whatever, I'd be like, oh, like, it'd be okay. And then I read this book and I'm all like fucking giddy and I'm like, oh my God, like I just feel like I'm growing. I mean, in your mind, yeah, but I just feel like it's so fucking beneficial and just healthy for me to be reading this kind of material on people, on success, on mindsets, on happiness, on love, on physical fitness, on whatever the fuck I'm doing. You know, I get asked a lot of times, oh, you on steroids? I know I'm fucking steroids. You know what? I'm on books. I'm on books on how to do this shit. I read a lot of books on how to fucking, you know, and I know how to do it right in the way. You know, my arms, not to get like, this ain't, I'm not trying to brag. I'm just trying to, you know, I think I'm qualified to say some of this shit. My arms are the 19-inch arms. Arnold Schwarzenegger, I think, had 21 or 22. I think he had 21. And I don't do arms. I don't do arm day. I never go in the gym and do an arm day. I just know how to make them work for me as a secondary muscle and grow them that way. Like, tips. Reading a book about fitness, cut out an entire day of working out that a lot of people do. People go in the gym and do arms. You know what I do on that day? Read a different book. Play with my music. Because just from reading a book, I found out how to do it. And people are always like, oh, what do you do? What do you do? It's like, I don't do arms. And they're like, get the fuck out of here. And I'm like, all right, whatever. You want to listen to me. You don't want to listen to the guy you're asking who's bigger. All right, well, then don't listen. I don't care. I don't got time for that shit. Whatever. Like, I'm not going to waste my time on someone who ain't want to learn it. Anyway, I just ranted. Let me show you my room a little bit so you understand where I'm coming from. One, this is a studio. Got my fucking piano. These Whitehead speakers right here. These Yamaha fucking 5Y, whatever they are. Amazing. I don't do drugs, but I felt like I was listening to these motherfuckers stoned. I was like trapped in the fucking. They are amazing fucking speakers. They're like, this was like my Christmas gift from my parents because, like I said, I'm on the fucking bottom, dude. I couldn't afford them. My parents got me them for Christmas. Fucking God bless them. They're like $200 each. Definitely worth the investment. You know, from watching a lot of interviews and reading a lot of shit like that, anyone will tell you that you need good studio monitors to make music. Anyway, I'm getting into shit that isn't even relevant to what I'm talking about. I get fucking lost in the void. You know, I got my. Also, that's MPK. What the fuck? I'm getting lost again. Well, this is my other setup. I got my Focusrite and shit. You know, here's my TV. I got some books. This is what I was talking about. Gary Keller wrote this one. I haven't read this one yet, but I heard it's really good. Managing Oneself. It's a small one. It was $10. Barnes and Nobles. This is what I'm currently working on to find the person I want to bring with me. I don't know if you can see it. It's Dale Carnegie. How to Win Friends and Influence People. You know what's cool? My mom lights 2 candles to congest my senses as a fucking, because she thinks it's funny. I don't need both these candles. Yeah, son, I mean, if you look out my window here, which is pretty busted up here, I don't know if you can see. I can't see what you're seeing, but I just live in a regular ass development. My door's all busted up. I just painted my room now. I'm not having this guitar. I don't even have a closet door in my closet. I have couple books there. Most of my books are actually in my car. Like, I have about 15 in my car in a little box, and I have some more in these other parts of the attic. But anyway, so that's what I'm trying to do. I don't want to make this intro episode too long. I don't even know who will see it. But if I can see that people are interested in what I'm trying to do, then contact me, fucking talk to me about it. Just subscribe, whatever you gotta do. I feel so weird saying that. I've never done anything like this before. I normally just hermit up in my fucking dojo. But anyway, sum it all up before we hit 20 minutes here. I'm gonna try to find mentors. I'm gonna take other people's advice. I'm gonna see if all the knowledge of these other people can guide me to where I want to go, and I think it can. But I can't promise it will. But if I don't, I kind of feel like I only failed myself and you guys because I didn't try hard enough. But I want this to be like, oh, you want to see how you start from middle class? I don't know if I'm even middle class. I think 250,000, or no, what is it? I think a $250,000 house is considered middle class. I'm not sure. I live in a $150,000 house. But it's like, it is possible. I want people to say it is possible. Watch Austin Plant's videos. This motherfucker started his first video. He's got 75 episodes, about 20 minutes long each, 30 minutes long each. Just watch them. Just watch the shit that I'm trying to do. And even if I fail, watch them, because then you can avoid this shit. You can avoid all the shit I did wrong. I'm not saying that just because I did it wrong, or it didn't work out for me, some of the same things might work out for you, but chances are, learn from others' mistakes. A smart man learns from his mistakes. A wise man learns from the mistakes of others. I love that quote. But yeah, so I'm going to try out this journey. Fuck. Green tea, Arizona green tea, my favorite drink. Shit's I drink 5-6 of them a day. Only problem is that shit is always making me salivate. I don't know why. So if you can't understand me, my bad. And this is also taken on a fucking Android phone. Hopefully the quality's good. Hopefully you can hear this entire fucking rant I just did. Because if not, that was a waste of my time. But I think you'll be alright. I'll upload it and see. Hopefully the quality transfers the same too. I don't know how this shit works from my phone to my comp. If not, I'll go to Walmart and buy a cord. I think I got a couple spare bucks. But alright, yeah. If you're interested, comment, subscribe. I'll reply ASAP. I probably won't get much views at all in the beginning, but I'm hoping that people will be like, shit, this is pretty interesting shit. Shit that a lot of people want to do, but are kind of scared to see how it'll turn out. You know what I mean? But yeah, I'm at 19 minutes and 40 seconds right now. Alright, YouTube. I will keep you updated. Subscribe, see my next episode. We'll see how it goes. I'll see if I can get in that mansion, interview that guy, and then see what he tells me my next step is. Alright, peace out.